Hey y'all, it's Candy. Welcome to my channel. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit while I'm cleaning my house. So I did my video the other day, put it up, let y'all know that I had that consultation follow-up with Dr. O'Mara about my visceral fat. So I thought that I would tell y'all what I'm doing to lose my visceral fat. So, first and foremost, the carnivore diet. So most of my food is carnivore. I say most because I am following Dr. Sean's advice and I'm eating a small amount of ferments with my food. So even though most of my meals are even though most of my meals are meat, I do have a small amount of ferments with the meal. So I don't say I'm 100% carnivore because people are so dogmatic that if they see me eating a tablespoon of ferments or 2 tablespoons of ferments, they're going to call me out and say I'm not carnivore. So that's why my name is Ketovore Candy. Second, I'm eating a small amount of ferments. Third, and I think this is a big one, I gave up the artificial sweeteners. Finally, it's been months now. So I've never went this long without, diet soda or sweetener in my coffee or sugar-free Jello or anything like that. So this is new territory for me. I have noticed that since I've given up the sweeteners, not in the beginning, but now, a couple months later, that my sugar cravings have diminished. And I did not want to be the one that was true for. I prayed to God that I was the person that sugar-free sweeteners would not mess with. I told myself for ever and ever and ever, even before I started carnivore, that the artificial sweeteners weren't bothering me, that they didn't affect me. I was doing everything right and they didn't bother me, but I think they do. The biggest thing I've noticed is 100% the cravings are down. The food noise in my head is down. I don't sit there and crave the sweets that I see anymore. It's not that I don't think they don't sound good, because they still do, but I do not sit there and obsessively think about the sweets that I know are in the room with me. So that's huge. And I also think that that is contributing to visceral fat loss. What else? Let's see. So, exercise. Y'all know that I got a disability, so I'm not out there exercising like I'm a CrossFitter. But I have been moving more. I've been walking my dogs. I've been walking on my walking pad. I have been riding the recumbent bike. I've been jumping on my rebounder. I have some dumbbells and free weights that I've been using, and my stretch bands that I've been using. I still have, I'm still nervous about increasing my exercise due to the fact that the doctors, when they told me about spinal muscular atrophy, they did tell me that not to exercise too hard because your muscles will break down and they're not going to build back up. So it makes me nervous. I don't want to be counterproductive. I want to be just right. But I don't want to be doing not enough where I could be building more muscle. So it's just a really tricky situation with me. I know that my exercise has contributed to visceral fat loss. Even though I'm not really hardcore about exercise, I still have been moving a ton more, and I'm going to be moving even more. So I'm gonna step it up and do especially more of my dumbbell exercises. So I do think that I talked about this before in another video, but there is a weightlifting technique called the slow burn, and that is where you take weights, and for a minute to a minute and a half, you are going to lift those weights really, really slow. And lower them really, really slow. So it's not about how many reps you can do. It's just about doing controlled movements at a very slow pace. And you are going to time yourself between 1 and 1.5 minutes. You should not be able to do any more. If you still got gas in the engine after 1.5 minutes, you need to increase your weight. Another thing that I've been doing as far as exercising is I have been hearing really good things about dead hangs. So my son-in-law had one of those bars that go over a doorway that you can do chin-ups and pull-ups on. Well, you know, I can't do chin-ups or pull-ups, but I can sure dangle. So I took it from him because he was going to get rid of it, and I have it in my back room, and I'll just go and dangle for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, as long as I can, and I think that that is helping me. And I have a little bit of scoliosis because of my SMA, so hopefully that'll straighten out my spine too and make it a little easier the next time I go in for my Spinraza treatment and they have to give me a lumbar puncture. Another thing I've been doing to lose my visceral fat is I've implemented more fasting. So I haven't done a whole lot of extended fasting, but I have done numerous amounts of 24-hour fasts. And I don't want to set a schedule to say I'm going to fast this day, eat this day. I just want to keep my body guessing. And when I feel like I can fast, I'm just going to fast. And when I feel hungry, I'm going to eat. So that is what I'm doing as well. I do think that that has really helped to decrease the fat around my heart and around my organs. So I did buy a dry finish sauna at Costco, and so I'm trying to do that sauna a minimum of 3 times a week. I talked to Dr. O'Mara about my sauna use, and he suggested that I slowly increase it to every single night. So that will be something I have to build up to. I usually go in there for about 15 to 20 minutes at about 190 degrees. Last night it got up to 210 degrees because I got sidetracked. I was eating supper and all that, and by the time I got in there it was 210 degrees and it was hot as Hades. It was ridiculous, and I couldn't stay in there more than 12 minutes. So 190 degrees, that is my sweet spot at the moment. I can do it up to 20 minutes. I'll slowly try to increase the days that I'm doing it. The sauna that I purchased, it has a heating element inside with the rocks. You can either use it dry or you can put the water on it and get the steam. Now I always do the steam. I don't know if it's more beneficial with or without the steam. If y'all know, let me know so I can do whichever one is more beneficial. But I always kind of thought that the steam would be more beneficial, so that's why I always do it with the steam. So as soon as I get out of that sauna, I am dripping sweat, and I immediately go into my shower and take a cold shower. So I have not been doing cold plunges, but I've been doing cold showers after every sauna. I don't think that I have the discipline to get into a cold plunge every night. I don't want to go that route and buy a cold plunge for a couple reasons. First of all, I really don't have the room. Second of all, it just kind of seems like one more gadget, and I really need to make sure that if I invest in something like that, I'm going to be using it, because I have a tendency to buy things and then never ever use them. So in the meantime, this is what I bought. So these are 5-liter jugs. I fill them with water and put them in the freezer. I have a total of 3, and I've only done it one time so far, but I fill the bathtub with water, then I put these in. And when I took the temperature of the water before I got in, it was about 58 degrees, so it really wasn't even as cold as a cold plunge gets. And I got in that water and I was like shocked. It was so cold to me. I knew that once I lowered myself and sat on the tub floor, that it would take me quite a while to get out because of my disability. So I thought, well, I'll have no choice but to at least be in the water for a minute or so. So I lowered myself in the water, and immediately, you know, it took my breath away. I just splashed the water on my face, but immediately started trying to get out of the tub and started draining the water. It was cold as a witch's tits. I am telling you what, it was cold, but I'm gonna do it again today, so wish me luck. I don't know if I'll get any more time in there. I would at least like a quick dunk up to my neck, but I didn't even get that. I could not stand it. It was that cold. But cold showers, yeah, I can do that. Another thing, and I know this might sound hokey to y'all, but I'm going to tell you. But I believe in positive affirmations. I believe in positive self-talk. You call it affirmations, you call it prayer, you call it meditation, whatever you want to call it. I believe in all that positivity. So I really do that. I'm always telling myself, thinking to myself all of these positive thoughts like, my body knows how to heal itself. My body is getting rid of its visceral fat. My body is getting stronger. I am growing muscle. Things like that. I know it sounds hokey to some people, and some people just think, oh, that's just a bunch of gibberish, but I think that stuff works. I believe really has a lot to do with how we feel, and if you have a positive mindset, you can do a lot more than you think you can. So I think one of the reasons why my disability has not progressed over the years worse is because I always have a positive outlook. I always try to thank God or thank the universe for taking care of me. So there's times where I have had a fall, and of course it shakes me up, but afterwards I just thank God that it was not worse. I just kind of say a little prayer in my head, thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for allowing me to not break a bone. Thank you for allowing me to get up. Thank you for always taking care of me. So I honestly believe that kind of positivity has a place in everybody's life, and we all can benefit from a little bit more positive thoughts. So that is just a few of the things that I'm doing to benefit myself, for losing my visceral fat, for losing the fat around my heart. And if you guys have any other suggestions or biohacks or any kind of thing that may be out of the norm, I am open to anything. So you guys send me a message. My email's in the description below. And if you guys have any suggestions, throw them my way. I am always willing to try something new. I want to thank y'all for joining me here today, and hope to see you again here next time. And until then, stop eating processed foods.